Hello, this is not understanding LMOS. This is the artificial intelligence trader. We are looking at our the nice data of the euro USD. There were not much updates because this is the weekly. We were here and we were looking against in a range, but we saw that it didn't break the 200 day trade to 200 days here. It bounces back. It can go back to the top of the cloud. We see that here is a new thing coming. This changes, so it can go up, can go more up in the future. But at the moment there is a downtrend, and I think maybe it already hit the bottom. Today, this moment in time, it looks to be one of the lowest points in a few weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So around maybe 2 or 2 months. I expect to go a little bit more down, and maybe much more down. Would be nice because I have some old positions here that I want to get rid of. Uh, so if we analyze better, this is the hourly. Let's look at what is the daily. Let's look here the daily. So we see also that there's a nice downtrend, but we see an uptrend. So I think this will be the bottom. I think it can. It will not. There has to be an event, and tonight there will be an event of American numbers coming out. The economic calendar is here again, so it can break more down, and then it will hit probably the the S2 are here. Let's look, Sashabri, we didn't look a long time to this. We didn't look at our PP. How did that do? I didn't do anything lately. I was more interested in books. You see here, it hit PP, it hit PP, it hit not PP, it hit PP, it hit PP, it hit PP, and today it hit PP. But it was very closely every time. There was not much. It almost ended up at the PP you can see here. So it is a nice downtrend in the last days here, and that's why also I didn't trade it much because it is in a specific trend and it is going too slow to make for me money going down. I'm waiting for a reversal uptrend here to make some money, to make some bets on bets. It can be that it will break down much more down. It can maybe go down to here. I think it will go to parity. That is, I think, too far away, and the situation in Europe and all over the world, it will not be as bad as in the beginning of the war. I think the euro will be not so weak and the dollar will be not so strong. I think there will be this is maybe a good range that it will stick for in the next months. So I think the lower bar will be around here, and I think the highest bar will be around here. So we are now almost a little bit under the middle. So it says push up. So I think we have to see a range here. This is the weekly, and I think this is it. This is not. It is a very volatile currency pair because of now also the problems in America with the budget. There are some McCarthy and Biden have to be the Democrats and the Republicans have to be in line to get the next budget, and so this has a big influence of this. Probably the reason why this movement is now happening because of this budget talks. So if this everything is resolved, it can spiral up again, but it can also be that the market is preparing that it is already expecting that it will go good. So I expected more from Bitcoin and especially for gold and silver that it would be much stronger because the value of the dollar is going to be less and less and other currency also. But strange enough, maybe by manipulation, it looks like the dollar is the gold is stuck at $200. It doesn't move so much. That is, I think, also strange. I would expect that if really there is the money problem is really going to start, we have to see some big movements in bitcoins or I think gold. I think bitcoins is not as safe as gold. Gold is much safer. So we need to see a movement that it breaks out of $2,500 for gold, maybe going to the $3,000. If that is the case, I think then you have to really take measures for the currency market, and that can mean that there will be big problems for the dollar. There are plans that the Brexit countries want to make their own currency, because you can see that because of this energy problem with Russia and China, they want to trade their resources, natural resources, gas and oil, into their own currencies and not in the petrodollar. This could be an accelerator for a weaker dollar, but until we see now, it is not the case. It looks like still that the dollar is still strong. We see also a very, very weak yen. The market is going crazy in Japan at the moment, and it's a good investment thing. But it looks like that the strength of the yen comparing to the dollar is very weak. It is almost a few days ago it was 140 yen for $1, and that was almost a record. I think now it is going down again, and I hope that it will go around 120 or even lower than that. But we have to see how this is moving. For Euro USD, I think we are in a range. It can go a little bit lower, like the previous low around the red line, if you can see here. And it can always revisit the yellow line, and maybe the green line will be also a role in this movement, but I think it is pressing down, and it is really going now in a range mode. So again, I don't advise to trade in Euro USD. If you have to trade, then I would trade in a buy direction a little bit, but not today, because today there is again a news event. So trade after news events, not before, or get out the trade out of your trade before the news, because the news can, if it is good news and you expect it to go up, it can go down. And if you think it is good news and it has to go down, it can go up. So you're always wrong, and the movement is irrational at the moment, unpredictable for how this currency is moving. So my advice is stay out of the market, look at it, study it. I think this has not only to do with logic in number-wise, but this has more to do with geopolitics and the strength of the dollar, and compared with the strength of the euro. And that is what we are now seeing. You can always see it other way around. You can also see that this is a normal movement, that it is moving between these three moving averages. And that is correct, because it is moving between those, and it is above the cloud. So if it really wants to go down, it has to break the cloud, or still it is still up. Also the lagging indicator is now a little bit here under the cloud, so it is ranging. So I expect a range for the moment, and not an advice to trade this currency. You see other currencies like the euro, the yen. This is the yen against the euro. It's a very. I think this is an easier trade. I think the yen is too weak. I think the yen will become stronger. And also here you see here the dollar against the yen. You see here it went very up, and I think it will. You see a nice movement that is probably going down. So those pairs are more interesting if you want to trade or want to do something. I think the trading for the Euro USD is a little bit more waiting on the sideline before there's a really pattern that it breaks up or breaks down. But at the moment it is in a ranging configuration. See you. That's it.